Start recording. Yeah, hello. Okay.
I mean, we can probably go over 2 games. Like a win and a loss.
Sure.
Alright, let me just send you this.
Okay. Stream. Overwatch. Are you in here?
I am in here.
Very nice.
Welcome to reality. Ready for battle.
Ah, it's this game. Very
Yeah.
cool.
I have no sound. Should I have no sound?
I don't know.
Ready.
It's probably fine.
It's probably fine, yeah.
We'll make it work.
Negative. 4, 3,
It's only a game.
1.
Why do you have to?
No, it's really silent, that's it. That's fine.
If I were you. Okay. So I would just use my personal bubble here because they have a Bastion. You can get an easy 40 energy, and they won't be able to kill you because you have a Rhine here. And that reminds me, I need to open Epic Pen. Like, it'd be an easy 40 energy. By the time you're to the other side of the bridge, you'll probably have it back again. I mean, you do use it later on, but I think there's no reason why you shouldn't use it now. Yeah. But that's whatever. There we go. I'm gonna have to share my screen so you can see my Epic Pen. 1 second.
Oh. Yep.
Hello?
Hello?
Can you see that?
I can see that.
Very
Yeah.
nice. So yeah, you use it anyway, but like at this point you're just hiding behind the payload and not really doing anything. I mean, this is fine as well. I think it's pretty fine so far. Nothing else you could do better.
I think I mostly just hid behind it because I was scared of that Orisa pulling me off. And I
Here
didn't
I'd
know
push
that
up and
Hannibal
bubble my
saw
Rhine.
that.
Can you hide chat when you're in a replay? Oh wait.
I don't know.
/ hide chat. There we go. This is fine. I would probably try and bubble my Rhine here because you don't know who's there, who isn't, unless you're paying attention, which I wasn't. And your Rhine might be taking a bunch of damage. That should be fine.
Wait for that
But
bubble there.
it would have been fine if you called it. That's the problem with you playing like really late at night because you can't make calls. Like if you could just say in voice chat, Ryan, I'm gonna bubble you push up, or Ryan, I can bubble you in 2 seconds or whatever, then it would be better. Because then he could push up to the choke here. and you could get some shots off while giving you energy. So now I'd push up. Seems pretty okay. Honestly, these seem pretty fine. You could have played a bit more aggressive before you personaled there, I think. Because you don't get any energy from that personal. Because they're running away. You know they're gonna play passive and you pop your bubble there. You could just wait until you're like... You could just wait until you're out, like, at that point. Or even just past the door. And then force them to shoot you a little more. Because at this point you don't get any energy from your bubble. Which is, it's not that big of a deal because you still won the fight, and any energy that you do get will probably go away. But it's whatever. And then that team bubble is probably not a good idea as well, because you know these guys are regrouping and they're going to play all the way in the back. So there's no real need for a Rhine bubble here because you shouldn't get a shot anyway, unless you're playing really aggressive, which you're not. I accidentally took a screenshot. Whoops. Okay. How'd your Hannah die? Which one is that? Oh, I can't go to that because that's my screenshot button. Anna is here. What is going on with her hat?
Alex, fine.
So she dies though. Oh, Junkrat dies. Okay, okay. Oh, because she's just on point. That's fair enough. See, now that's just another Cole's issue in my opinion. I think. Because, lack of coordination, that kind of thing. Which can't really be helped if you're playing at like 11 PM and you can't talk. But yeah, the aggression seems fine up to the point that they start coming back. I think. So sometimes you can expect a Reinhardt to fake a fire strike or fire strike somewhere that isn't you. And you can kind of predict that. Yeah, I don't know. Even if he did hit you with no, it's not a big thing. Even if he did hit you with his fire strike there, you still only have 25 energy, which is still not a lot. I know you don't have it for the next 6 seconds. That team bubble's fine. Obviously he backs off there, but again, I think that's just a coordination issue. You could have told him to play more aggressive here. I would shoot the Sigma, because you counter Sigma, because he can't eat anything that you do apart from Grav, and you don't have Grav. Because Reinhardt has a lot of health and he has a shield, and he's also currently getting pocketed. So I would just shoot the Sigma on an off angle, or just go on an off angle yourself and try and get the Ana. Obviously, it doesn't really matter because the Ashe is behind, and there was a lack of coordination there, and nobody knew. But if
Wow.
very nice.
Alex,
If I was you and this was a winning fight, then I would try to go. Left side and around on an off angle because big Rhine shield is not much you can do against. But all in all, that was pretty fun. So here I'd probably get in front of my Rhine, try to get some energy. That looks fine. That's fine. That's fine. And then when your Rhine goes in, yeah, I'm happy with that. Bubble when you drop down. Nice, nice, nice. Bubble your Rhine. Nice. Get that Mercy. Now I'd push up. I'd use personal here. Cool, cool, cool. That's all fine. You can keep pushing up there.
Yeah, I think I just retreated because my Rhine wasn't with me like the whole team just backed off into
Oh,
point.
fine, it's fine. Nice bubble onto me. I was just unlucky, I guess. You could have waited for them to push in a little more.
He wanted to solo grabber. I don't know why.
You appear to be farming the enemy's Ahri's energy quite a bit as well. You win those. I believe in you. Hit that right click.
Yeah, I think I won this.
Oh, you gotta throw in some right clicks more. Especially if they're around the corners and stuff. What am I doing over there? Oh, I wanted to C9 them. Yeah, I remember.
Well, they were all on the point.
Not bad, not bad. Cool. I guess. Yeah, that's. I don't have much to complain about in the fight. I seem pretty okay.
Take the pain. My ultimate is charging.
I gotta make notes.
I think I'll go res later. I'm also pissed about him. Like, yeah, the rest goes in for res there.
You can go for an early grab on that. 3 of them on the left side, all squishies.
Just grabbed absolutely nothing.
Unfortunate. So yeah, here I'd be looking on the right side, trying to get the squishies, trying to get the healers. Although then again, Zarya's bubble is down, so you can probably try and focus there as well. I'd still be trying to get the healers because
Yeah, they just
Why
didn't
not?
go on the point here.
not bad.
Ready for battle.
I don't have too much to complain about them.
Ready.
Apart from, I mean, you bubbled your main tank quite a lot, which is usually fine, but I'd always be checking, like, are there any ultimates that can destroy our backline, or are there any flankers, or is there anything that can happen that will mean I should bubble my backline instead of my Reinhardt? So now I'll be looking around. I'd be seeing where that fire is. I'd be seeing if she's pressuring my backline, because she is. And she's killed both of you. Well, both your healers are dead. And your tanks are focusing on the front line, which is usually fine because you can usually hope that the rest of your team deals with the pharmacy, but apparently they're not. So in this scenario, I would try to prioritize team bubble onto my backline and try to peel for them if I need to, which you did. But that's what I did.
Maximum charge. Double. Get in there. Victory.
Also, I don't know if this actually helps anything, but whenever Hammond tries to pile drive in front of me, I always right click where he's going to land. I don't know if it helps, but it makes it easier to aim at him. But that's just me. I'd push that. There's not much they can do against you, especially with the personal off cooldown. So now you can assume that they're going left side.
I noticed
because
her going left,
Yeah.
and I was checking.
So I'd be saving my team shield again for my backline. Although this time we deal with them, so it's not that big of an issue.
This time I also saw them coming, so I was like watching them.
F. So now I'll be getting back.
It's the first time she so ulted me.
Ryan's a
She
little
did
too
that
aggressive though.
every time.
And probably your main tank then. That's fine. There's a lack of coordination again. Not much you can do. I think I booped the Rhino off there, didn't I? No? Okay, never mind.
Good charge. Look at this solo ult again. It's huge.
So yeah, obviously comms were quite the issue in this game. Ooh, what is happening? I'm lagging.
I don't know why the soldier ran out there again.
Yeah, that's whatever.
My will is unbroken. Get in there. Your best shot.
Everyone, heal up.
Barriers on
I'd chase the Mercy though. No reason not to, she was 1 HP. Is that a pro Lucio?
Nah.
I'd be throwing right clicks at the backline because you don't get a shield, you don't get ult charge from shooting shields. Hey, I died there. Personal shield on the way out. Your bubble usage is pretty okay. I mean, you're never really high energy though, which is the only problem. Just watch me for a second. Okay, let's stop
Nice.
watching me. I don't know they went over, okay. Nice tracking. I'm fine with that. Oh, yeah. I'm happy with that. Not much you could have done there. Apart from backing up earlier.
You're not bubbling that.
Ryan's killable. Nice. Nice. Deny the res. Nice. Big slam. I'd push in there. I'd probably go left side though, since that's where the way you saw the Mercy going, and you don't want to go head on with the main tank. But that's whatever. The rest of your team's there, so you can get some kills anyway.
Ryan died there, I think.
Oh yeah, I go Zen here. Because I wanted to shoot the fire. Forgot about that. Bubbling against a D.Va using micro missiles is usually a good idea. Obviously they can just stop aiming at you, but if you're in close range with them, bubbling a macro missiles can get you a lot of energy. That was
Huge.
wait. Did you watch the Defense Matrix use there? I think I went a bit too far back.
60 seconds.
That was a nice reactive bubble. I'm happy with it.
Actually use it there.
Mm,
Oh my god.
that's risky. Because cooldown of Defense Matrix is only... Oh no, she used it again, never mind. I can't believe even see that. Ooh.
Perfect timing.
Ooh.
Огонь по готовности.
Let's get a replay on that. I want to get that in 0.25. So she uses it once. That's fine, that's fine.
Pretty long too. Just again right there.
So one more time and you just throw it in.
По готовности.
Oof.
No, I saw she
Very
was
lucky.
stopping.
No, she doesn't have an animation for
just-
stopping it.
Also just move in there like
Alright. I'm gonna give you some tactics to out-mind games with D.Va player. I should have tranced there, honestly. I'm not a very good Zen, I just picked it to counter the fire. I'm not good with the ult usage. And I just die anyway.
I mean usually I'm not too scared of divas. Like I was looking to
When you get
But-
higher up, they're gonna get better.
yeah, but usually in like for now it's they usually just keep wasting their DM and it's just like
Mm.
you don't have to be that vigilant of them eating it.
I love playing Zen, because you can just like hit 5 headshots on somebody from the other side of the map.
I think I built another grab here pretty soon.
Okay. Without personal, I'd play more aggressive, because obviously you only get like 5 energy from it, and it doesn't really do anything. So here I'd go all the way up in their faces, right? I'd go all the way to the doors, I'd go behind the Ryan, I'm pushing at this Ryan, force him backwards. Because you're personal, he physically cannot damage you unless he deals 200 damage. And even then, your Ryan is behind you. So I push up more, basically. That's it. That's the only thing. Again, that the team bubble was just a lack of coordination. Whenever you're playing and you can speak, you should always try to say, "Hey Ryan, I'm gonna bubble you when you push in," or "Hey Ryan, I got bubble in too," or "Bubble Ryan," or do whatever, you know. Because your Ryan never capitalizes off the bubbles, and that means that your average energy is always like less than 50, which is not good. Big trance. So now I just, you can try and AD crouch spam. It usually helps get rid of people's aim. Ooh.
Yeah, but it wasn't either.
Did they get the point here?
I don't know.
I think I go back to Lucio. I don't remember.
I think we
That was a good
somehow
book.
win this. I don't know.
I know we win the game, but I don't remember if we
Yeah, I know we win the game.
lost third or not.
Oh, went away right in time.
So you know,
I got killed by the tracer right here. And they C9.
not bad, honestly. The only problem is coordinating with your main tank to get high energy bubbles. Or having people just push in when you bubble, or only bubbling people that have already pushed in so that you can get a lot of energy. I'm gonna go into custom game real quick to show you some stuff.
Alright.
Gotta go King's Row. King's Row, best map.
Now entering
Okay.
King's Row.
One of the biggest combos for Zarya is right click and melee, okay? I don't think I saw you do that once in that
We
game.
are strong.
Because even at 0 energy, a right click melee still does like 70 damage, which is the biggest amount of burst damage that a Zarya can do. And if you're at 100 energy, then it can do like a lot more. And it means that, especially in a 1v1 against a squishy, all you have to do is beam them down for like a second, then right click melee, and then they're dead. Which is pretty nice. It's especially useful if people are near you, or if you want to get through health quickly. Also, if you're in if you grab a lot of people, and there's a lot of people together, then right click melees are good as well, because right click deals splash damage, but left click does not. So that's an important thing to use all the time whenever you can. Just like beaming people and then right click melee if they get too close, or right click melee if they get low. Just try and finish them off, otherwise, especially if they're getting healed. Because you might be able to finish them off, but if you're beaming them, then you might not be able to, because it takes longer. Also, when you're playing against a diva, a thing that I like to do is suddenly like flick your aim away, right? Because that makes the diva think that you're going to ult, right? Because if this sign is the enemies, right, and I'm just beaming into the enemies, and then suddenly like I'm looking away, I'm flicking away, then the diva's gonna think, the enemy diva over here is gonna think, hey, this Zarya is gonna grab the ground. So then what you can do is you look down, you force out DM, and then you grab as soon as they stop DM. And that works like 90% of the time. Same with Sigma, kind of, but usually Sigmas aren't usually only eat ultimates when they out of luck and not out of
Yeah,
they don't actually mean to.
Yeah, when they have used it.
Hey. Yeah, I think that's it. The biggest. Your bubble usage seems pretty okay. I think all you need to do is use it to play more aggressively, because it is basically a shield, right? And if you're playing against squishies, and you can bubble in, and you can shoot people, and they have a choice, right? They either deal 200 damage to you and give you 40 charge, or they die. So chances are they'll deal 200 damage to you, which is nice because in that time you can drop back, because you're not going to play too far above your main tank or away from your team. You're going to just go past the choke, you're going to bubble, you're going to zap them a bit, and then when you're 40 charge, you run away. Same with your team shield, unless you're peeling, obviously. Too early. Your bubble usage seems generally okay, but try and incorporate the right click melees in there, and if you can, play when you can actually speak, so that your teammates know they know that you're bubbling them and that they can play aggressive. Okay.
Alright.
Okay. Got anything else? This is a two-hour coaching session, I think.
Yeah. I have a game we lost. Wanna go over that?
Sure.
It's this one. Let me check. Yeah. Yeah, this is the one. There you go.
Oof. Okay. How do you? Can you view somebody without having to press their F number?
I don't know.
Because
Can you?
F9 is a hotkey for me.
You know, you go to controls. No. Like in the
Oh yeah. Okay.
yeah, and then you click on the thing.
Ready for battle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Defend objective A.
Hmm. Let's take a moment to watch this amazing bamboozle. Okay. They have a main, so I back off. And then I pin the rhyme, and then he gets killed. What a god main tank right there. Honestly. How does he do it?
Absolutely.
Anyway. Maybe I am. Why did you personal?
I have no idea.
That team's fine. Yeah. I guess it's fine.
You shield.
You didn't really need to use it, but yeah. So now I'd push up. Yeah.
Huge bubble on you there.
So here you can clearly see that the fire is too far away, so I would just stop shooting at it. That team shield was fine. I tried to play around the fact that I couldn't hit, that you didn't say anything. Did I make calls in this game? I don't remember.
I think you did. I don't know. The fact that we were running Genji and a Junk against the Terror kind
Now
of
that-
bothered me.
That is the aggression on a personal bubble that I like to see, Lucas. I like that. Right.
Get in there.
You bubble Ryan,
Give me your best.
then you personal, and you get in front of your Ryan, and then you get that 40 energy, and then you get back. I like it. I like it. That's what you got to keep on doing. See how much more energy you get from that? And now you're already at 100 energy. So now the shield's down. Generally, I like to focus on squishies more than I do tanks, because obviously easier to kill. Like, you tend to just focus the front line a lot, but that's not much of a problem. I just recommend focusing the DPS or the healers when you can. This aggression is fine. That bubble was fine. Yeah. I'd bubble you Genji here. Yeah, nice.
You deflected that. I didn't even notice that.
That was a solid blade right there. That was a little too aggressive right there.
That was fine. Just a bit too late for my bubble.
I'd get back as far as I need to here. You don't want to die with high energy. You're also kind of using your bubbles a little too much when you're high energy, because like the damage difference between a max charge Zarya and a Zarya with like 70 charge is not much. So you can afford to have less energy if it means you have more impactful bubbles, right? Like you can say, like you can wait an extra 5 seconds if it means you save someone's life, rather than you get an extra 40 energy, you know?
Get in there. Maximum charge.
I'd right click up there. Yeah, you need to throw right clicks in more as well. Right clicks are really helpful if your aim is failing or if somebody's running behind cover and peeking and stuff. Because obviously right clicks do splash damage.
Needed to take that.
Oh, I got a text. I'm popular. Oh, it was from Gifgaff. Ah, don't look.
Huge speed.
I didn't even hear them res though. Oh well.
No, he said
I'd
that.
personal that. You were behind the enemy, right? Probably should have personaled earlier. That's fine. So now here you're just running around and right-clicking the floor, which is not the best idea. I'd still at least try to see where the Genji is and try to get some calculated
Well, I
shots in.
couldn't see him, and that was the problem.
Nice peeling bubble right there. Unlucky. Get all the way back. Okay.
My ultimate is almost ready. Barriers on. Is that all we've got? Ready for battle. Barriers on.
Those bubbles are fine.
I thought I killed her right there.
But that wasn't great, honestly. That was fine. I'm happy with that. Just when you're really high energy,
Ready for battle.
you should leave your leave your bubbles to be used more impactfully. Hey, do you want to watch me? We can see how amazing my Zarya is, and then we can give you a. I was actually thinking about going over one of my games though. I was one tricking Zarya on my Smurf, my feeder account, and I was placed low plat. I went 3 and 2 because I had a Libra, and yeah, whatever. Anyway, we can watch one of those games if you want.
Greetings.
5, 4,
So I'm just trying to get some right clicks in. I'm trying to make it look cool as well by flicking up instead of actually aiming. But
Am I hitting a wall?
yeah, I try to get some right clicks in. I do hit some of them. Yeah, there you go. Which is nice. I bubble early. I do that aggression thing where I play in front. I get a nice bit of shield. And then I bubble you, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. To let you go in. And then I see the Hanzo. But I don't play it too aggressive because I know Hanzo can do a lot of damage. And then I play aggressive, I bubble you, and then you
It's
die.
not I died there. I killed like 2 before
And
I
then
did.
I died because I
Oh,
played
it's
too
totally
aggressive.
worth it.
And because you were not there, Pepe Hans.
No, no, no. What I did was worth it.
Hmm. So I'll just bubble you there because I think their tanks are already up. Unlucky shadow. Do you want rank coaching?
Oh, I'm just a terrible one. I mean, I could probably just do with a lot more playtime on him.
That could have been handled better. That's fine.
Because I just don't play Ryan that often.
Yeah, sure. You should one-trick it on your Lay Violin account, and then I one-trick Zarya, and we win.
Sure about that?
Yeah, so I always throw in right clicks if I can't actually track somebody, which is quite often because my tracking is not very good. I also tend to AD spam if I'm 1v1ing so they can't hit me. Which usually just makes my aim even worse, but... Plus right clicks are really useful for ultimate generation. I should have expected that, I should have personal, but it's whatever. Do we switch now? We don't. When do we switch? Do we switch?
I don't think we switched this game. Or we switched in the next round. That might have been it.
That bubble wasn't very good. Should have waited. Well, that's not good. So I bubble whoever's Bobs is shooting at because Bob does a lot of damage. I think I just grab point here to... no, I just die, yeah. Late trans for some reason. What can you do?
Initiating. Ready for battle.
I'm gonna take the screenshots.
One.
Oh boy, those frames. They don't exist. Okay. This aggression is fine. I'm probably personable if to keep on staying aggressive, but see now here. This is another thing that I see a lot of Zarya's messing up is what I call bubble fluidity, right? So here you don't do anything. Yeah, after like this point, you don't do anything apart from trying to bubble me. And it's not good because it means you're not shooting them and you're not doing anything else. So, so bubble fluidity is basically like incorporating bubbles in using bubbles into the rest of your gameplay so that it's basically seamless, right? You shouldn't have to stop from shooting them or stop from pressuring the enemies to bubble. Because that is downtime and it's time that you're not killing them. So it's good practice to be able to just flick between shooting and bubbling and back to shooting,
Yeah.
rather than watching.
Usually when I do that, I mess up my timing and I just end up mashing E to try to bubble you. But I'm like just a second off. So I'm like, what?
Fair enough. That was a nice bubble. Pretty sure they're resin though. Yeah. That's whatever. That was a bit of a suicide charge there. I didn't think I was gonna live. When did you personal? Oh, okay. That's fair. Nothing else you could really do there. Oof.
That's more like it. My ultimate is almost ready.
I think the reason we lost this was because of all the yields we used 5 ult stuff, right? But
Yeah.
I don't think we would have won if we didn't, to be honest. I mean, maybe we didn't need like Valk and Blade, but definitely needed both tank ults at least. So here it's important to play as aggressive as possible, take as much distance as possible.
Yeah.
We end up playing back for some reason. Oh no, we ended
Yeah,
ended
our team
almost
wasn't
getting it.
with us.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I die
we
early.
were like half the
Yeah,
game.
I get anti, and then I go ball, and then we almost get it to the checkpoint.
I was like, why is this there already? No, we almost 2-9.
Nice bubble. Yeah, I just play safer, stay on the point. You don't really need to get picks. That Ana's one out pressure though. It's whatever.
Perfect time.
Nice grab. Nice bubble. I very nearly managed to boop them off so that we could cap the checkpoint, but it was like 0.08 meters away. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered anyway because it could still contest and it would still be overtime, but oh well. Hey, look at that. I just managed to touch. I'm not a very good ball. I probably should have just stayed around. I don't think I even get mines.
trying to sell out as long as we can.
This is a bit of just not knowing who to shoot at. I try and just focus on one enemy, whoever it is. I just try and whittle them down rather than shooting at everybody. Because
Together, we are
if you try and kill everybody, then you're gonna kill nobody. Wise words.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Just openings of presents.
You're covered. I'm a rebel.
4, ready, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Spotted them.
You can bury a dynamite. I think that's what. I should have personaled that. See here. At the start of the fight, I always like to play aggressive and use my personal bubble early, so that by the time they actually start to engage and by the time I actually start to have to get back, then I have it again, because you still have your personal, and it's a good idea. Like, I think using it right when they go through the choke and they start to throw stuff at you, I think it's a good idea to use your personal bubble and then just drop back.
Spotted them.
Like, right about there. Yeah. So he uses Fire Strike.
Definitely.
Ooh. It's a bit, so you should push
It's a bit
forward,
big.
use your personal, get 40 energy, and then drop back again, behind your Iron Shield. But you don't, so you have 0 energy. You use Team Bubble for at some point, which I think is fine. Still have personal, you still have personal, you still have personal. Then it comes out. F.
At this point, I was like, wait, we have a torp.
Oh, you got rezzed.
Shattered. Both our supports now.
That was a dumb deflect right there. I really hate the hitbox on deflect.
Yeah, it's big.
My ultimate is charging. Barriers on me. Thunderchild. Give me your best shot. Heroes never die. Огонь по готовности. Get in there.
Big slam. Oh yeah, this is really dumb, right? Apparently, I didn't know this. Well, I forgot this. But you cannot shatter people who are stood on the King's Row payload. You can do it for some of the other payloads, but you can't do it for the King's Row one. Alright, so I just try and get this. I try and shatter the Ana and the Ashe there, but I don't get them. Unfortunate. What can you do? But yeah, that was handled pretty well. That grab was fine. Here I probably wouldn't go to the Mega Room, I'd probably just drop back and try to bubble my backline.
Well, that bomb.
You can kill that Genji then. You didn't have to back up so
backed
fast.
up right into their team.
And then I think it's just GG. Oh no, I get to touch, but I don't think it doesn't matter by that point. Alright. Honestly, I think Zarya plays pretty solid. You just need to fine tune your bubble usage, and you need to get some right click melees in there. Trying to watch one of my games from
Sure.
my Smurf. I'm gonna have to put my battle.net over here so you can't see it. Whoop. Watch it show up on the screen
Do I
again.
see flexing for having 2 screens?
Ah, you saw nothing.
No, I didn't.
Good. Damn right you didn't.
Sure, I just saw your name and some Gmail, but like I already know those, so it's not that hard.
So how was your day?
What are you doing? Great. Yeah.
How was your date?
Also, great.
Nice.
Also, activate Windows. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you have Windows activated?
Don't worry about
Wait. Have you ever had your Windows activated on
Mhm.
this? Like, yeah. I may have a code for you. I'm not sure if it works, but I may have one.
It's because I changed my hardware, so now it thinks it's all messed up. I watched a Linus Tech Tips video about it.
I probably have a code.
I don't really care.
No, but it's ugly.
You're ugly. Lamau got him. Look at this. 2563. Anyway,
Nice.
let's watch this. I think it was a bit of a stomp, honestly. You're probably not going to learn anything, but I liked it, so I don't care. We're going to watch it together because we have 52 minutes left.
Well, after it, you can coach me on my run gameplay.
Sure.
Just coach me while I'm playing.
Ready for battle.
I'm not used to state-of-the-art facilities these days.
Cool.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds. Ready for battle. 5,
So,
3, 2,
Zarya hog offense on Watchpoint is probably not the best idea, but I haven't decided that I'm going to one-trick Zarya on my Smurf, so I don't care. So I go high ground here to try and get some early energy and to get some damage. I get the energy. I bubble the hog as well. So now I'm on 70 energy already. For some reason, the chase was really far and I got kind of low here. But that doesn't really matter, because we still live. I'm bubbling my Genji because he's in the backline, and then I think, hey, I can probably get away with going on the flank and zapping them down a bit. Luckily the Mercy follows me, so that's nice. I get the McCree there with my right click to finish him off, but I want to deny the res, right? So I don't want to get back too much. I want to play aggro so that if the Mercy does decide to try and res the McCree, then I can try and deny it. For some reason they kind of just don't know, so I can just stand around here. Oh no, I think she goes for it, but then she runs away when she sees me. Then the Echo goes in, so I bubble my Echo. The Mercy gets one, I think the Mercy gets picked off, yep. So now I can push in even more because they're down like 3 at this point, or 2. Ashe is 1. Nothing I can do up there apart from try and right click. Then she goes down. And I bubble my Roadhog because I see he's low and he's battling everybody. And I can kill the Zarya with some right clicks thrown in. Look at that right click melee, I missed the melee, so it doesn't really matter, but I tried. Then I track with 2 C's that Mercy. Right click melee the Ryan. He goes down. This personal wasn't very good. For some reason I thought we weren't going to cap the point. So I used it early to try and body block and to get rid of the damage, but that doesn't matter. I'm still at my like high energy, so it's fine. And we can go in. I try and flick, do that bubble fluidity thing where I bubble the Echo, but she goes around a corner and ends up dying. But it doesn't matter. I thought the McCree went up the stairs. I didn't see that he was only there. And then we managed to steamroll a bit and snowball because we were getting picks. I get the Zarya there with the
shocking.
right click. Are you making fun of me? Kid?
No. No.
You better not. But yeah, here, it's important to see that I right-clicked their Zarya because she was getting pocketed, right? And she was already like, well, I don't know how much that is, 50 HP? So I might have been able to beam her down, but I see that there's a Moira over there and there's a Mercenary as well. So I want to right-click her so that the chances of me being able to kill her are increased. Then I can push in even more. I want to stay wary of the high ground, but I see our Roadhog is going in really deep, so I go with him.
He died, didn't he? Oh, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Wow.
Give me your best shot.
I personal that, but nobody shoots me. Pepe hands. Now I'm just burning shields, bubbling my Roadhog again because he's being extra aggressive. That was an amazing sleep onto the McCree though. I feel like I'm casting. I go for the Ana because she's out of position and she gets low.
Almost got stopped there.
And I don't really know who to go for, so I decide to commit to the McCree and I get him. And I can try and track down the Moth for a bit. And I can't really throw in my right clicks there. Yeah, I know. Because whenever I fail with my tracking, I try to throw in some right clicks, but because she's a Moth, and if I right clicked and missed, then it would just go up here somewhere. Then all I can really do is just fail at tracking and hope she walks into my beam.
No, you could grab her.
Nah.
Group up here.
Then it's important to push up as soon as you capture the objective, so that you can get staggers, which we end up getting. Zarya goes down. Hog finally dies here. Because I was 1 second away from team shield because I think I bubbled that Genji. But that's fine. I self-bubbled to get the Doomfist punch. I wanted to grab the Zarya there as well, but because the Doomfist was hooked in, I only grabbed the Doomfist, unfortunately. I still know the Zarya is there, so I want to push her and kill her because she's high energy, and I don't like that. And because we don't have a main tank, I try to play around physical cover.
No, you definitely got charged. Oh, no, you didn't.
Uh-huh. So I hit barrier destroyed, so I can push on that Rhine when I feel like it and when my bull's back up. I see the Genji going high ground.
Activated.
Okay.
You're covered.
So now I'm just burning shields because why not? Try to take the Genji since he's anti and he's playing super aggressive. I hit barrier destroyed again, so I try to push up, try to go for the backline now. The Moira fades away, so I know the Ana's going to be alone on the left, so I can shoot her down. For some reason, she doesn't even go for a sleep. Zarya's low. And then they're just trickling onto the point. Let me cap it with 4 minutes left.
Wow.
And it didn't die that round. PogChamp.
Ready for battle.
I died like 3 times on this round though, unfortunately. I was like 22-0 at this point, I was pretty happy. Anyway. So yeah, knowing when to play aggressive and bubble is super important. Basically, I'm not just showing you this to show you how amazing I am at the character. It is important to take away and to like look at when I bubble and when I don't bubble and when I push in and when I don't push in.
The payload.
So here I'm playing aggressive because I know that I don't really know why I played aggressive. I think I wanted to try and bait them up here maybe, or I don't know. It doesn't matter. I wanted to peel for the Genji in case somebody was there. But then I see the Hogs getting shot, so I bubble him instead. And I push in a bit, just like the Zarya did last round. Try and get some value, but it didn't really matter. Fortunately, I didn't get hooked there. If I got hooked there, I might have died, but that's fine. Our Hog goes in, but I don't want to go in through the front, so I go in behind instead. Hog doesn't get killed, luckily. I try to bubble the Fire Strike, because why not?
You again did not get her.
Get in there.
Yeah, at a higher SR, I'd probably get probably would be hooked, which isn't good. I have barrier destroyed, so I can push up a bit more. I probably should have. Oh no, yeah, I do bubble the backline, the flankers at least, and then we can push up because there's only the Lucio there and a Tracer on point.
Физкульт, привет.
So I thought that charge was going for me, so I
Is that all you've got?
personal. Also, yeah, this is another thing, right? I didn't bubble the Hog there because he was my other tank player. I bubbled him because he was hooked, right? So it's important sometimes, especially if you're high charge, like I said earlier, to wait and bubble when you need to rather than when you want the energy. Because now I see the Hog gets hooked, so I can bubble him to completely
Is that
nullify
all
that,
you've got?
which is nice, I guess. And then I grab because why not? And then we use 5-volt stuff fight.
Oh wow. And you're already one after that, you're out.
Fix the dish.
Wow. Big plays.
Then I just right click the spawn to try and get some old charge. Somehow I managed to pick up the junk out there as well.
That's a good Sarah.
Then I might as well try and get some. Yeah, that wasn't good. That's my first death actually.
Activated.
I used barrier early, probably too early to be honest. And then he just walks in and shadow. I remember he was silver, so that's probably fair. I don't know bubble at this point, so he just shadows and he kills us. It's my first death of the game. Unlucky. What can you do? Let's watch the Roadhog for a bit.
I'm expecting some god hooks. What is that? Crosshair?
My crosshair.
What is it?
Oh yeah, here. I came back by now, and I wanted to like body block and personal bubble for the Roadhog, so I play over aggressive for them. So now this is a bad idea, right? Because I tried to protect the Roadhog by personal bubbling, but I didn't realize that our healers were all the way back over here. Right? So we both die, basically. TLDR. Even though I did postpone his death by a bit, we still
You
both
kind
dead.
of forced out an ult there.
Hoggle isn't that important though. You can get it pretty easily. And then we lose first point. Eventually.
Eventually, yeah. Still contesting, oh.
I think we lose. Yeah, we lose first. I got trapped here. Second death of the game. It all went downhill after the first death. So they don't play aggressive, which is a bad idea because that means that we get plenty of space. Like in our attack, at this point we were already. At this point we were already at this line, just under the bridge basically, and we cleaned up, and so we even went further to where the doors are behind this Ana here. But what these guys are doing, they're just playing on point, so they don't get the extra space, and that just allows us to take as much space as we want to, and we can play around the bridge, which isn't good for the enemy team. So I go in, I bubble early. To be honest, I wouldn't recommend playing this aggressive Zarya style if you were in like a diamond game or higher, because to be honest, by this point in the game, I kind of assumed that the Roadhog wouldn't hit me reliably, wouldn't hook me reliably, so I played aggressive whenever I felt like it. But if it was a higher SR game, you should play more conservative with your personal and your aggression. So I just bubble the Roadhog there, basically entirely for energy reasons, because I know he's probably not going to die, but why not, right? Then I grab because, yeah, they used to beat the fight before, or like a couple seconds before.
That's more like it.
So that's completely fine in my opinion. Genji was low, so I bubble him as well. And then I go for this Genji, but instead of that, because I see the Reinhardt's close and he's low and he's attacking my Ana, then I switch targets to go for the main tank instead. And I try to bubble, yeah, see that's bad bubble fluidity, right? Because I try to bubble the soldier, but I didn't know that at that point my team shield was still having like 2 to 1 seconds of cooldown, whatever.
Yeah.
Now at this point I can push up, get us some extra ult charge.
I am on fire. I will lead us to victory.
Nice wall.
I know, right?
Don't go back.
So I just bubbled the fire strike there because why not, right? Because I don't think that the next fight is going to be in the next 10 seconds. So I might as well get the extra free 20 ult charge, 20 energy, because I mean this guy's still in spawn, so I'm still gonna have plenty of time to get my personal back. So I think that's a justified personal build. And it's important, I think,
Bring it.
to try and burn down shields as much as possible, especially because we were playing 2 off tanks, right? Because, yeah, obviously them having a shield is an advantage over us who don't. So whenever I'm not actively shooting somebody else, I try to just burn down the Rhine shield, because why not? Then I get grab again. How do I get grab stuff? I think it's just focusing down. I think it's right clicks and focusing down the tanks, right? So, ult generation for Zarya, the best ways to do it is right clicks because of the splash damage. Like if the enemies are playing a bunker comp or a brawl comp, then if you right click them, then you can get like 10-15% ult charge just of one right click if they're close enough together. And then focusing big fat tanks, right? So if you burn down a Roadhog at high energy or you burn down a Diva, then you're going to get a lot of ult charge from them as well. Because you can do a lot of damage, especially if you're high energy, like I am. So you can just burn them down and get a lot of ult charge. So I managed to get 50% in like the 20 seconds that this fight took. Just through the mix of yeah, so I basically only shoot the Rhine and the Roadhog there, and I managed to get about 50% of my ult pretty easily. And then I grab early because we're, what, 1 down, so might as well try and bring it back. Then I hear the tire, so I panicked that it was going to come over the bridge, but it actually went behind. But I'm still alive, so it doesn't matter. I get really low here. I think I die again, maybe? Or maybe not.
Yeah,
No, I get healed.
Get in, Spasibo.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, that went pretty well. That was a reactive grav to try and win us the fight, even though our main healer was dead. Which might not be a good idea in higher SRs, because you can usually capitalize off of a 6v5 easier in higher SRs, but it worked. So I bought with my Genji here because he's the only one playing aggressive again. Try and burn down shield, because why not? That's the only thing I can shoot right now.
Yeah, you're already at 30% of your new grab again.
Bubble my Genji again because he's inside the enemy team, and I bubble the Road Reaper. I'll shoot the Reaper because he's alone. And I think I managed to kill him here. I get him to 1 before he shifts away. Just bubble somebody because why not? I get the right click off.
Greetings.
I don't think my right click aiming is great. But it's fine.
But you keep trying to flick.
I tried to flick with the Tracer because she blinks, right? So you should always, well, I always try and expect a blink because Tracers
but
blink
when you
reactively,
were
right?
throwing it over the
Oh,
boxes,
yeah.
like into that door.
True, true, true. That's just because it looks cool. So I also managed to get my grav pretty fast again, so I just grabbed point because why not? But that doesn't really do much because I grabbed too far forward, so the rest of the team weren't really in it.
Oh, you did get the baby diva.
So yeah, my tracking isn't great, but I think I'm good at Zarya because of my bubble usage and my other mechanics. Because mechanical skill and aiming isn't that important at the end of the day, as long as you know the tactics and stuff. As long as you know whatever. Half an hour. What do you want to do?
Wanna teach me how to play Rhine?
Sure, dude.
Let's get on my ults. Someone sent me a message.
Popular guy.
It's just imp.
Imagine not muting the imp imp chat. So do you want me to actually spectate, or do you just want me to are you gonna stream maybe?
Oh, I can stream if that's easier.
Okie dokie. Stream paused.
Oh, that's because I tabbed out. You got some good 1080p 60 FPS from this Nitro.
Welcome to Rialto. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
You of all people are going to ask me that? Reinhardt, you said you would arm wrestle me. Nervous?
Oh, they have a Zarya.
Hmm?
Alright, teach me how to play Rhine.
Hold right click. Easy. I'll make notes.
Did I just get solo grabbed?
Nanoboost administered. 30 seconds
Hanzo behind.
Alright. A lot of things. Do you want to go over this in like another coaching session, because we only have 20 minutes left and I have a lot of things to talk about.
Oh, we could.
Cool.
Yeah, sure.
We only need